Well, we're continuing in the project Likkutei Sichos. We're going to learn today a Sicha in Likkutei Sichos Chelek Chof Dalet. Parshas is Parshas Shoiftim, and the third Sicha in Parshas Shoiftim as it's in Likkutei Sichos. In Likkutei Sichos, it's page Omed 115. Sicha Gimel of Parshas Shoiftim. Very, very interesting and very geschmackig Sicha. And you know what? I think I could say it. I'm an old man and learning so many years Chitas and learning this Sicha I never learned. Because in Shul, 21 years, we're looking for easier Sichas. But now with the project, so we try to learn whatever we could, that it's not too long and too hard. But this is a very interesting thing. We're learning the Chumash every year by Chitas. We say, Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. What does it mean? Is a person a tree? Is a tree a person? What is going on here? The Rebbe is going to bring down that the Gemara is asking the same question. What is a person a tree? What does it mean? And the words in the Torah is Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. Clear, a person is a tree. So what does it mean? And the Gemara answers what it is, and the Rebbe is going to ask a question. It doesn't make any sense, the answer for the Gemara. The Rebbe is going to be mechadish niflo, what it means, Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. The posuk is going to be completely understood that we are like a tree, and it's going to be understood the answer of the Gemara. And main thing is also the limud, the oiroi that we could learn from there, how to conduct ourselves, and how to behave ourselves, and how to serve the Eibishter, that the idea is everything has to do with this idea. Beautiful, beautiful Sicha. Okay. Ois Aleph. If in Posik Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh, frag the Gemara. The Gemara in time is asked the question. Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh, is then a person a tree in the field? What does it mean Odom Eitz HaSodeh? And the Gemara the Gemara gives you an answer. What is the answer? Elo mishum diksiv, ki memenu toichal voishel istif voice. It says that in Posik, there's two psukim. It says, ki memenu toichal, if a tree that you could eat from it, so you're not allowed to, what? A fruit tree, yeah. You have some food from it, so you're not allowed to cut it off. Diksiv, then it says, a Posik, right after that, it says, oishe istif vechoroto. This tree you shoot, yeah? So the Gemara says, okay, how could it be? So the Gemara says, Im Talmid Chochem Ogunu, Mimenu Toichal. If it's a Talmid Chochem Ogun, and also a key word that the Rebbe is using a lot, and the Rebbe's main point is in this Sicha, is Talmid Chochem Ogun. To be a Talmid Chochem, knows Shas and Poskim and everything is not Ogun. If it's Ogun, Toichal, what does Rashi say, Toichal? What are you eating your teacher? Lemoy Dimenu, learn from him, Rashi. You could not, don't cut him off. Learn study from him. In love, if it's not a Talmid Chochem Ogun, what does Rashi say? Don't learn from him, because it's not going to be successful. It's not going to be a teaching. If it's not Ogun, nothing that you could take from him. And then Vechoroto. Okay, so this is what the Gemara asks, and this is what the Gemara answers. The Rebbe says, darf man verstehen, you have to understand. Von dem, was die Gemara fragt, wie Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh, the Gemara, the Loshn in the Gemara, Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. Missing a Gemara. Yeah, because this is the new print, and it's interesting. That's what the Rebbe said, that's what Machzedek said. Print is for forever, and we have to be so careful, we have to tell him. There's somebody that we tell, and he fixes it up. Yeah, okay. So the Rebbe fragt, the Gemara fragt a Shaile. The Gemara fragt, Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. I'm going to do now the footnote number 4 without looking inside, just to say it. The Rebbe says in footnote number 4, very interesting. There's a Gemara, a lot of times the Gemara says, Lo nimshal Odom Eitz HaSodeh. That's what the Gemara should have asked. Why did you parallel a person to a tree? The Gemara doesn't say it. The Gemara says, Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. That means that the Gemara thinks and understands that that's what the Torah says, Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh, that is really a tree. Okay? Now the Gemara nem tonas, those was the posik vergleicht an Odom Eitz HaSodeh, is nicht bloß weil Eitz HaSodeh didn't be a moshel. It's not a parable. From welchem we can verstehen, eine oder etliche von den Meilen mit Chumash Lodom. If it's a moshel, so a moshel doesn't have to be completely perfect from all sides. There's one or two things that a person is like a tree. The Gemara doesn't say that. The Gemara says that in the Loshnes, the Gemara asks, not asking, Lomon Nimshal. Lomon Nimshal would be the best. The Gemara doesn't say it. Weil euch der Posik meint zu vergleichen, sei nur in gewisse Protim. If the Torah wants to compare him only in a few details, oder demol cannot mich fragen, wie Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. You don't asking, wie Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. Die Balte sein, in do kama Protim, in welcher the Odom can you vergleichen, warum Eitz HaSodeh. The question is not wie Ki Odom Eitz HaSodeh. If the Gemara is asking the question in such a way, that means that there is something that our Odom is Eitz, as the Rabbi is saying right now. Nor as Odom, here is a key line. Nor as Odom is Eitz HaSodeh. Odom is Eitz HaSodeh. The Rebbe brings a very interesting footnote in number 7. Rashi Shlach. Unbelievable Rashi. I wrote it down. The state Moshe Rabbeinu sends the Meraglim and he tells them to go see Ayesh Bo Eitz Imayin, and if they're strong, if they are they sinning and everything. So what does Rashi say? Ayesh Bo Eitz. You know what Rashi says? Ayesh Bo Tzadik. Look, if there's a tzaddik there that is going to make it, that's going to protect them, to shield them, that we shouldn't be able to conquer them. Yeah. So Rashi says, "Ayesh bo eitz, ayesh bo tzaddik." So I say, what is if you want to tell that Moshe Rabbeinu wants to tell him if there's a tzaddik there? How does he tell him? Eitz. So I see that eitz is Odom. Okay. Noch als Odom ist Eitz HaSodeh, an Eitz trägt euch nicht bloß teilweise oder toffeldicke Brote von dem Odom, nur die ganze Sache von Odom Eitz HaSodeh. It's not only a few things or a parable or this. No, a person is a tree. ושלמה, das ist verstandig, the Rebbe in these brackets, the Rebbe is going to bring proof to see that we have to be completely Odom Eitz HaSodeh. That's what it says, that's what it means. Where do we see it? ושלמה, das ist verstandig von dem, was man sagt, nicht kein Tachnun ב-15 בשבט. Everybody knows, 15 בשבט don't say Tachnun. What is that? According to Das Beis Hillel, in the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, it's 15 בשבט, it's Rosh Hashanah Leilonis. It's a minig Yisrael also, to essen Peres Oilon ביום זה. וכולו. מפרבין, das wird ein Postik, Odom Eitz HaSodeh. So I see that we are celebrating the Rosh Hashanah for the tree, and we're eating peres, and we don't say Tachnun. We took off Tachnun, we omit Tachnun from davening. So the Rebbe is saying like this: Oy Eitz HaSodeh is nicht mehr wie a Moshel if Odom. If a Eitz is just a Moshel, it is doch nicht kein Tam Mas, because the Odom soll praven dem Eitz is Rosh Hashanah. Why should I celebrate the Rosh Hashanah of the Eitz? Do I celebrate the Rosh Hashanah? What's the idea? Is the full movement as the Odom Eitz HaSodeh meant canal as the Odom is Eitz HaSodeh. Und der Pfarrer oder Rosh Hashanah von dem Eitz, a Shaykh is Odom. That's why we're celebrating it, and we don't say Tachnun and we're eating fruits, and it's connected to because of this posik to Odom Eitz HaSodeh. So the Rebbe says, if this is the story coming to a conclusion that it's only not a moshel, but it's mamish the word what it says ki Odom, the Rebbe has two beautiful questions. Is this verstandig? Aleph. Wie soll wer parent for the Shailes HaGemorah with Odom Eitz HaSodeh or durch dem Tirutz? The Gemorah is a beautiful question. What is the answer? The answer is im Talmud Chochem Ogun Mimenu Toichal. Bald azor der Rin is lechoire nicht mehr wie a moshel v'nimshel von Eitz HaSodeh. Eitz that it has fruit, yeah, you're not allowed to cut them. Eitz that doesn't have fruit, you're allowed to cut them. The same thing is a moshel that a person, if he's a odd Talmud Chochem Ogun, learn from him, if not. So it is a moshel. Somebody asking the loshel v'chi Odom Eitz HaSodeh. Und noch mehr, the Rebbe says the question is even more, it's not in ein prat. The Gemara doesn't answer that the Odom Eitz HaSodeh, everything is a person is Sodeh. Bleibt doch die Scheide beim Koimer. V'chit, denken man zu dem Gemara von dem Odom Eitz HaSodeh? That's how you could call him Eitz HaSodeh. So the Gemara is not understood, the question is understood, but not the answer. Based in the second question is a very geschmackig question. Wie passt bechlal zu Metai sein Meilas Odom, min ha-medaber, damit was Eitz HaSodeh, hat die Tchunis mit Shemeach. Big deal. What are you telling me? That a person has the miles of Hatzimer, that is a Eitz. A person has much more miles than this. We have miles of Chai, we have miles of Medaber. What's the advantage of Tzimer that the Torah is emphasizing Odom Eitz HaSodeh? Emestakas by an Odom is Paran, Oich Derin HaTzimer. Yeah, we have Tzimer. We have Tzimer, we've brought it Tzmicha for seine thyroids, with Tzipono, we have nails and hair that is growing all the time. Aleph, if you want to look at something that a person has in him, is doch by another Paran aggressor Meide, the ring from Chai. So why do you see, why the Torah comes, Odom Eitz HaSodeh, look for something better that is Chai? Based Veiker, and the most important question here is, nicht in dem besteht Meilas Odom. What is the Meilas Odom? That is a tree, that is Semeach, and wie ist mit dem zu sagen, Odom Eitz HaSodeh? So we have beautiful two questions, and they are not understood what the Torah wants here, and as the Rebbe is going to explain it, it's going to be unbelievable. Poshet kipshutoi, that the Odom is Eitz HaSodeh, and the Gemara's Shaila and the Gemara answer is going to be beautiful answer. Okay. Now, in Ois Beis, is the Rebbe going to come? So we came to a conclusion, it can be that it's a moshel. It must be something essence. So the Rebbe is going to be in Ois Beis, tell us about the idea of what is Shemeach and what is Medaber. According to this, we're going to understand why the Torah calls us a tree. Ois Beis. What is the advantage? What is the superiority of Tzemeach of Medaber in Chai? Was steht in dem, was verdeckt nicht, behalten nicht, sein Emes in Chai ist, ständig mechuber durch seine Sheroshim zu sein Mocker. A tree is always connected to its source. It's not denying that he has a source. If you look at a tree on the floor, It's no more Tzemeach. When is it Tzemeach? When it's connected. The Rebbe is going to say, Mashenken As, Chayim Medaber or not. Let's see what the Rebbe says, the Rebbe is loschen. Zu sein Moker zum Koyach HaTzemeach Shebadomo, was macht ihm leben und wachsen. This makes him alive and grow. Wenn man reißt das Tzemeach, ob das Tzemeach von der Adomo, wird es euch Tzemeach. This is all we talk about Tzemeach. Bei Chai und Medaber gefindt man nicht, dass sie sollen müssen sein, zugebunden, Shosh und Mekorim. We're not connected to Shosh und Mekorim. Sie sind nicht Mechuba lo Adomo, und von wann es ist gewähnt, die Stavus euch von mir nach Chai und Medaber, Plema Melech says in Koheles, Akoil oyo min ha'opo. So l'choyer, we should have been attached to the earth. And we see that we are not attached, we walk around, and Paroi could come and say, Li yoiri v'ani asestini. And the Rebbe is saying even more, that even a bird is even flying all the time. Most of the time, he's flying, he's not, and he's on a tree, he's not even we are at least walking on the earth. It's not even walking on it, and we are alive. This is the contrast between Chai Medaber and Tzemeach. Now, the Resavus related when jeder Chai Medaber, noch der Resavus, after you being born and created, is dann nicht beauftragt zu sein schörische Moker, was hat ihm geboren. Euch der Mosen, very interesting, the Rebbe, every Nekude, the Rebbe doesn't let anything go away. Euch der Mosen von Chai Medaber sind erneufen, als sie darf nicht stehen in Achibo mit dem Moker von dem Mosen. You don't have to be connected. The Mosen doesn't have to be connected with the tree. It's something that you take it and you eat it. This everything is disconnected from the shoyresh. Difference between Tzemeach and Chai Medaber. Now the Rebbe is to summation. The Rebbe is giving us again. Hashem kemat Tzemeach was ständig mechubert dem koyach Tzemeach shebadom. It's always connected to Tzemeach. Now the Rebbe is going to say we find something better than Tzemeach. We find fish. The Rebbe is going to say no. We have an advantage in Tzemeach of fish. Although fish looks with first glance, it looks like it's a greater thing. It's not. Let's see what the Rebbe says. Man findet al derech ze bei Dogim. Also sie müssen sich ständig finden im Mai, im Mokoch Hayusom, und wenn sie sein in Porsche in Ayam, miyad meisten die Gemara says now it is dog. A fish goes out of the water, is dead. Warte Rabbe, ist mehr von Tzemeach. Sie bleiben mit sehr ganzer Metzies in sehr Mokoch im Wasser. So the Choyre is an advantage of Tzemeach, that Tzemeach is just the Shoyre, she goes up, and fish is in a. Rabbi is going to say no. Rabbi is going to say we have an advantage in Tzemeach, although that is not sunk into his root and his to his chayes. Aber this is other Rabbi. This shows us the advantage of Tzemeach. In dem Gufe is the Chidush by Tzemeach legabe Dogim. This is the Chidush. What's the Chidush? As euch, wenn sie wachsen auf Pnei Adomo, chutz lemekoirom, bis Bäume, was wachsen ercha von Gimel Tvochim, und Esser Tvochim, bis Goroich. The Rabbi brings out unbelievable. Bleiben sie mit Mechuba mit Zeresh Rosh, von seine Beores, vad Yodom, mit dem Koyach Tzemeach sheba Adomo. A fish is not connected to the place wherever he was born. He could go around from here to there and it flies around. He's in the bottom. What's that Tzemeach? A Tzemeach lechoire, when you look at them, it looks like he's out all the way, 100-foot tree. No, the top of the tree, how is he alive? Because he's connected with the roots. So this Tzemeach is an advantage of the fish, although the fish is in the water all the time. The Rebbe gives noch a reason, but Dogim is the Dag Proti, klar nicht verbunden mit sein Mokoch heißt Proti. He doesn't have a Mokoch heißt Proti. The tree has this place that is, the roots is there, and that's how he's alive. I get a riba, but feel no the yam, or leipech, Mashenke, but Tzemeach doesn't have it. Tzemeach is on his place, so Tzemeach has an advantage of the Sechet. In them,
we're compared more to fish because the whole world is our source of life, and fish are all the water is their source of life.
So another question of comparing. What's the better mile? Meanwhile, not comparing.
Oh, we're not comparing.
No, not comparing. What's the mile?
Yeah.
So the truth, you have a point. The truth of the matter is that a fish is a mile. He's sunk in all together with his whole body in his chayes. He goes out, he's dead. But when you talk about the tree, and you look a little deeper, so the tree has an advantage because it's so high and it must be connected. The minute you cut him off, he's dead. He's not Tzemeach anymore. Yeah, very geschmack. Okay, now the Rebbe is going to go in and say, what is going on here? Why did Teresis Keodom Eitzasode? Why not Keodom Yerek? Vegetables, why not Elon? I was going to bring out that Elon has an advantage over all other things, as we're going to see in Ois Gimel. In dem Gufe is Farana Eisren Meile in Eitzasode Ilonois, there can be andere Smochim. There's a major difference between them. What's the difference? The Rebbe says, andere Smochim, any other growing things, Vitvue, Yoadomo, Vekayoitze Boze, bleiben nicht bekiyuma al Tzemeach HaMechubah L'Oretz Mishono L'Shtono. They verlieren their Metzies. And also the Rebbe is pointing on the bottom, a days was a Gemara Broches, and in Shulchan Aruch, Ramo, and the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. Everybody knows the difference in Broches. What's Adomo? What's Oetz? or it's something from a tree that the tree stays the whole winter there, right? It doesn't have any leaves, it doesn't have any fruits, but it's there. And next year it's going to give again fruits in year after year. When it comes to Adomo, it's a one-time job. Every year you need new. That's what is the bracha of Adomo. So the Rebbe says this is the idea of the difference between a Elon. That's why a Elon, the Torah says, to emphasize Elon. Der Kern Elon ist eine Moitzi Peres Mishono Leshono. Sie können Soivel sein, allerlei Shinuim. It doesn't die when there is winter, Kaiz, Vechoire, Vechulu, und es wird nicht gesagt sehr Kio. Was does it show us? It shows us, wo das weiß, der Pagor starken Chibur mit Moker Chayusam, was gibt es hier rein, a Toikiv Godlov, nicht ins Polvam von Shnei Azman. It shows that the connection between him and his source of life is very deep and very real. That's why he's not getting affected from anything to this. Bleiben bekiyum und euch wachsen, Mishon Leshana. That's why he could grow, stay, and grow every year, more and more fruits in everything that he gives. Okay. Now we're going to come and go back now after we understand it in Shemeach. What Shemeach is, we're going to come to Odom and try to begin to explain what is the connection with Odom Eitz HaSodeh. The Odom is an Olam Cotton. He brings that from Tamchume, the always the Rabnosen, that they say that each and every one is a Olam Cotton. Punkt wie der Olam Godel is eingeteilt in 4 Sugim. Doimim Tzemeach Chai Medaber. Anything that you have in the world is Doimim Tzemeach Chai Medaber. This is the 4 elements. As we said in euch beim Odom, euch beruchen, Yusuf Aran, or die 4 Sugim. We mentioned before about nails and hair. Now the Rebbe is going to go into Ruchnius. In Ruchnius, we have all 4 things. Each and every one has the 4 things. Doimim Tzemeach Chai Medaber. Kiyodua, the Rebbe brings them from the Alter Rebbe in Teiro, as the Midas from the Menschen, seinen Tzemeach, Shebenefesh Odom. You want to look in Ruchnius and Yonim, what do we have Tzemeach? So what is that? It's the Midas. Weil in the Midas is Paran der Iyan Atzmiche, Mikatus Legatus. Midas is growing from small to big. The Rebbe is going to say, Lechoy Rebbe sees Seichel also. You see our child Seichel, when we grow up, our Seichel is growing with us. There's a major difference between growing of Seichel and growing of Midas. The Rebbe is going to explain it. In Koyach hat Seichel is Paran, nicht bloß der Iyan von Tzmiche, Mikatus Legatus. It doesn't have only Tzmiche. Noch euch der Iyan von Chai. Was drückt sich heute in Tnuhe v'shinui, mimokim lemokim. Very interesting. Seichel is like a chai. Like a balchai doesn't stay in his ort, it goes around. Right? The same thing is Seichel. Where do we see it? Der balchai was bewegt sich mimokim lemokim. Und al derech ze ist Seichel nicht mechuber, mugder und untergeworfen zu ein Teva. Seichel is not per se one way. And the Rebbe is going to say that if you want to learn a seichel as it's supposed to be, you're going to learn it not as you want, you're going to learn it as the real seichel is. So seichel is, when it comes to midas, chesed is chesed, gvura is gvura. Seichel could be changed. I could learn something that I don't like, because it's something that I have to learn. Even talking about love, not in Torah, even other chokhmas. It's a chokhmah that I don't like, but I learn it, although I don't understand it and I think that it's different. But if I know, somebody told me that this is the real seichel, this is the understanding, I'm gonna learn. So Seichel is like a chai. It goes from one place to another. And Rebbe is going to give more proof that we see it in Seichel. Seichel is Yonis verstehen als Sach.
I don't like. This Wilzer. I would like to come to this.
The Rebbe sagt bald tegen wegen I don't like.
Ja, aber doch nicht.
Doch nicht. Es kommt später. Ja, bis gedacht. Ja. No, wie die Sache, nicht wie ihm will sich. You don't learn a seichel as you want. As sometimes that's why people are building an old building and then somebody comes and takes out one thing from the bottom and the old building falls. Because the old building is built on something, on his feeling and on his seichel that he didn't have the correct way. Wie die Sache ist, also er soll ich Mishane Mokem amol zu Chesed und amol zu Gvure. Seichel itself is Mishane for Chesed zu Gvure. Bei einigen ist Maskona, bei one thing is Maskona to Seichel, als es darf sein Chesed, und bei zweiten ist Gvure bekayotze bose. This is all in Seichel. Ich denke, Midas, mit Sadatzmon, deine Mugder in Seir Teva. Strong, and the Rebbe is going to say like a tree. We just learned that tree lives the whole year. Same thing as a person also. Midas, we're talking about Midas is a tree. Ich denke, Midas mit Zadatzmon seine Mugder in Seir Teva, Midas der Chesed bleibt mit Zadatzmon in Kava Chesed, und also Midas der Gvure in Kava Gvure. Es ist nur, wo sie wachsen mit Katus Legatus, but it can be changed from one to another. I say. Geschehen, wie zwei Märchen, Ölum Gottlich, so ist geteilt Kanal mit der Meile, was ist ständig bechuber le Schoß, we just said before that a tree has an advantage of everything that is always connected to his, even more than fish, for sure more than Chai Medaber. Chai is running around, birds are flying around, and we walking around. Atzimeach is always connected to his place. Same thing is midas also by us. As they have Maile über Seichel, they have advantage over Seichel, was darf gesehen sein ständig mechuber zu Shorsham, Pnimi ist Nefesh Odom. The only thing that is mechuber zu Nefesh Odom, and that's how it is only midas. Und das ist der Tam, was midas regisch erlebt, ob man sich, wie wir sehen, a Teikev Godel. We said, because the trees mechuber with the roots always down, that's why he has this strength. Same thing is by us also. Midas have a big, are very strong. Teikev Godel. Wie das es ist go schwer, als es soll Meshan Mokum sein. It's very hard to change. Dich beiten, al der wie gerät früher, bin ich jetzt für Ilonis. Anisha Chesed betivoy ist go schwer, als soll nicht werden zu sein, Anisha Gvure, weil der soll werden. Somebody who is born is a Isha Gvure, very hard that he should change to Chesed. Isha Chesed is hard he should change to Isha Gvure. Ule oir, azaf al pikein, meglach is es. It is possible to change. It's possible to change a midah. Chodshet is nicht rogil. It's not always, but it's meglach. Nicht al derech harov. Al derech harov is impossible. A mensch kann sich misgaber sein mit seinem Seichel, loif teva midoisov. Through Seichel you could change your midas. Bis das erkennen sie mechane sein von Ra letoif. Also wie bei Ilonois. Also wie bei Ilonois ist durch der Ticha Yesere von Oike sein, sie bekommen, listen up beautiful, we are correct exactly like a tree. The Rebbe says that usually you could not change it, but if you walk on it with Seichel, you could change it. By a tree is the same thing. Where do we see it by a tree? Look at this. Von Oike sein, sie bekommen, if you take out a tree, uproot them, and you put them to a different place, then it's mehr bemokum achodosh, they're going to grow in the other place. And the Rebbe says very interesting. When a mole, better, but yes, for says in the Mershot, it's going to be better than in the first place. Look at 25 on the bottom. A medrash for his rabbi about a vineyard. What's it called?
Vine.
Huh? What do you call? Can't you?
A vine.
A vine. Okay. Begefen, a wine. Okay.
Vine.
Huh?
Vine.
A vine.
One
Okay.
vine.
Yeah. Okay. Vine. Okay. Quotation from the medrash. When somebody has a tree and he wants to have the best grapes to sell, he make a lot of money. Yeah? What is it? He wants to have good grapes. So the Rebbe says, Medrash says, take it out from a place. You know what happens? It gets even better.
It's a better...
Better soil, better this, yes. It gets better even. Yeah. So what do we see? That there's a possibility to change it. In general, not, but we could change it. And those group is der Tam. Okay, not to forget, I left out the previous hour 24. Bekama mekoim is mevuer. Forgatlus hamoichin is the midas are being changed from Tivon. And the Rebbe is adding on in this hour a very geschmack. I think this is the main point of the Roe that we're going to learn later from the Sicha. Ule oyer gam ke me'apisgom. There's a phrase in Chassidus. Shekol in Chassidus l'shanu steva midoisov. The whole idea of Chassidus, the whole idea of coming down lemato here is to changing your midas. What does it mean? The tree should be as it's supposed to be. And this we're going to come back later and see what it means Talmid Ogun. Could be a Talmid Chochem, could be everything. If it's not Ogun, if the midas are not as it's supposed to be, don't learn from him. We understand the Gemara's answer and everything. Okay, let's go inside. Und das Gufe ist noch der Tam, für was Seichel wird nicht mugder in Teva Odom. Seichel is not mugder in Teva Odom. Wie wir sehen, als ein Mensch kann verstehen, bis zu Teufel sein Anie, was ist Eibchtivel. Weil das Seichel, Chai bei Odom, ist begole nicht, dass mechuber zu Shorke benefesh. Seichel ist Chai. Chai is das wie a Chai. Chai is not connected to a place, she goes around. Same thing is Seichel. Midas is like a tree. It's connected to you like a tree is connected to his roots. Yeah, very geschmack. Weil das Seichel, Chai bei Odom ist begole nicht, dass mechuber zu Shorke. Look, the Rebbe is saying in the parenthesis. Punkt wie Chai in dem Olam Godel. Dem ist a Beime. Welcherot nicht dem Chibut midi l'Shorke. Very geschmack. Damit, now we're going to come back. Now we understand the idea of Odom, we understand the idea of a tree, we understand the Midas, we understand Seichel. Now we're going to come back to the Posik. Oisvov. Damit wird man verstehen, was der Posik sagt, Odom Eitz HaSodeh. What does it mean? Die Sach von Odom is Eitz HaSodeh. A person is a tree. Canal Sifale, as I mentioned, I told you there's one important line. Nor as an Odom is Eitz HaSodeh. The Rebbe underlined is. He is Eitz HaSodeh. Where do we see it? Well, Davke in the Midas. Davke in Midas. And the Rebbe brings down in 28, Chaim Beis, a person in general, how do you describe him? Midas. The Rebbe Rasha brings a proof that a person is Midas. Okay, let's go inside. Weil dafke in Midas Brinas Shemer Sheboy kommt Rois begolui, ze Shoyre Shumoker v'Pnimis HaNefesh. The Pnimis HaNefesh and everything is dafke in Shemeach. What is that? In Midas. That's why Adam is Eitz. The Shlema as the far is Zikr Avodas Sodom. Now we also this could be also a Roy. We don't have to wait till the Roy by the end. The far is Zikr Avodas Sodom. Nicht das so in das Techel, no beiker im Büro und sich Hamidas. What does the Gemara say? In Talmud Chochem Ogun. Could be the Talmud Chochem, could be Shas and everything. Talmud Chochem, the Gemara calls him Talmud Chochem. Don't learn from him. He is missing the Ogun. What's the main thing? This Ogun is the main thing. Midas is the main thing. Weil Tikna Midas riert on dem Pnimis HaNefesh. Und der Rieber, der gerecht an Odom zu sein Schleimus, Davke durch der Avoide. Avoide of walking with the Midas, this is what works. Bis also the Schleimus von Seichel Odom. Look how Gishmak the Rebbe is taking a posik. A posik in Rosh Chanan, not too long ago. What does it say? V'yodato ayoim, v'ashivoi shel levovecho. What's the whole idea of v'yodato? V'ashivoi shel levovecho, to change the midas. If v'yodato alein, Talmid Chochem alein, it's nothing. Ogun, that's what we need. Look how Gishmak. V'yodato, wer teuf getan durch sein Poil sein auf midas Odom, v'ashivoi shel levovecho, otherwise it's nothing. Und das ist, wo die Gemorre, na lernen, die Gemorre ist Masbir, na lernen, die Gemorre. Als der Rief von Odom Eitzasode geht sich heraus in dem, was im Talmud Chochem Ogun, Mimenu Teucha. This is the main idea. It's not a moshel, and it's not one thing, it's the whole person is a Eitz. Der Pirush von Ogun ist, als bei dem Talmud Chochem ist voran, nicht normal, als hat Seichel Limud. Nur als ein Seichel bewirkt seine Midas, was das bringt ihm zu führen sich in einen neuen Ogun. Und dafür von das Talmud Chochem Teuchal. Und nimm lernen und mekabel sein, weil Odom Eitzasode. When is when an Odom, listen to the words, when is when an Odom bishlemusoi, when could he be called Odom? Und wenn man kann lernen, it means an Eitzasode, as Prinas hat shemer, when you are a Eitz. What's the Eitz? When you Prinas hat shemer, shebe Odom, the Midas, is kedeboy lemeve. So we answer the Gemara, everything is understood. Gishmak, and Take Odom Eitzasode because of the in of Midas. Now the Rebbe is going to say something beautiful and talking about, till now we spoke about each and every one of us, Odom Eitzasode. Now we're going to talk about Klal Yisrael, where we're coming from, and the connection to Avraham Yitzchak v'Yankev, unbelievable. What's our connection to Avraham Yitzchak v'Yankev? Again, Midas. Shem Midas is by Yeda Yochid Befrat, al derech is benegea to Klolus Am Yisrael. In Klolus Am Yisrael is also the same thing. Alle Eden stammen von der Gimel Lovis Avraham Yitzchak v'Yankev. We all come from Avraham Yitzchak v'Yankev. Und das ist in der Neufen, also es ist ständig verbunden mit Ovis. You're always connected with Ovis. Wer du bist jetzt? Parshas says, auf dem Postik, when Bilam said in Parshas Bolog, ki miroish sturim erenu, what does it mean miroish sturim erenu? So Rashi says, ani mistakel bereshis tomo b'tchilas shorteim. I look at the beginning, Avram, Avram was the first one, and I'm looking at the beginning of the roots, listen to the word, b'tchilas shorteim. V'ani roye oistom, the Rebbe says, as miyosodim v'chazokim, how? Al the Ovis ve'imois. In was drückt sich heute der Verbund von jedem Eden mit die Gimel Ovis? What is our connection with the Ovis? So the Rebbe says, nicht das in the Mina Techel. We don't say because Avram is a Chochem, that's why we are connected to him. What do we say? Avram is Chesed, Yitzchok is Gvure, and Yankev is Tiferes. That's how we connected to them. Ki yadua as the Gimel Ovis and connected, I'm sorry, in the Mina Techel, not davke in the Mina Midas. Ki yadua as the Gimel Ovis and connected, the Gimel Midas, Ave, Ire, Verachmim, Klolus kol midas. Ich see this mevuel that there's only 3 midas. Either small, 7. The other ones is just anofim branches from this. It's not only 3 are the main midas. And they have moirish given lebnei machrem. They gave us by Yerusha ad oilom or the midas. Also as Prinas Ovis and Faran Tomid bechol zman the pchine from the Ovis is bias always in the idea of Odom Eitzasode in the 8th. Was the time the Reuf is, what's the reason? There's a very simple reason. Why do we use the in of Yerusha in everything? Very Geschmack. Der in Yerusha ist verbunden mit dem Etzem, von Moirish und Yoirish. Look at it from the Ragishover on footnote 37. Takes off on Spaneach, Sha Yoirish u Metzius HaMoirish. I have something, I'm selling it to you, it's mine, it goes over to you, Rishus. Or the opposite, you sell me, comes into my, here is no new Rishus. It's the same Rishus. Rishus HaYoirish, Rishus HaMoirish is the same thing. Verbunden mit Ätzem von Moirish und Yoirish. It's Ätzem. Und der Rieber, das was der Ovis haben übergegeben, it's in a loch echet, yeah? That it's not a new entity, it's the same. There's no law if you have to pay Chovish or not. There is a debate about it. What does it mean? Difference between Yerusha and Koine. If I buy, it's a new thing. And Yerusha is like he's deal. It's not mine. It's like my father is there, and it's not there with the goof, so I have it. But it's the same thing. Okay. And the Rebbe does what always what could they give in Yerusha? Is nicht, dass verbunden mit der Matrege in Seichel, was sagen soll. They do have Seichel. They have it. There is, ich sehe it clear. Ledugme, Matrege Avrom is Seichel anelam mikol Ryan. Brings von Alter Rebbe in Teuroi. So what do we see? That Avrom Avinu is Avrom. Shows on the highest level Seichel anelam mikol Ryan. This is not what we are bragging about. This is not what we have from them. What do we have from them? Ein of Midas. Weil Seichel lot begollen nicht sich kolkach dem Chibur mit dem Etzem Optimis, was gibt sich immer bei Yerusha, as we said before. What, yes? No, das ist verbunden mit der Avoide in Midas. Ave ire verachamim. Bald das die Teva Midas Shelohem ist verbunden mit Nimis HaNefesh. That's what they gave us over in Yerusha to us, to each and every one of us, till Moshiach comes in Nefta. Oishches. Now everything is understood in each one as a person by himself, and also in Klal Yisrael himself. We see the idea of AIDS. Eine von der Rösen von Dava Roistem von Parshas von der Minyan. What could we take out by Parshas? Der Moker HaChayis von Aiden ist teurer. What is our source of our chayes? Torah. Keim chayenu. Aber der Seder HaChayim von Roiv Ben Odom, what is the Seder of life? Is ausgestellt geworden al pi teure. It's al pi teure what we're doing it. Is in a neuven. What is the way? As Teirosum Nosom is mo'otim emu b'chlal yesh ve'oil. Is Yashus Bolo Shel Torah is very little. Who could be today called Teirosum Nosom? Nicht wie Dogim shebeyam was gewinnen sich ständig mit Chmoko Chayusam. Not like a fish. We are. What do? Torah is our highest. Do we learn Torah all day? How many people are Teirosum Nosom? Now what happens? By us, most of us, no, they gehen nach Reus im Welt und dort darf sie durchführen die Schlichers. Lass uns das Wort dir betachtoinen. Das ist was Rebbe Shavons mit dir betachtoinen. Darf man gedenken. This is the limit what we're going to learn from this. Darf man gedenken. Also Odom Eitzah Sodeh. Aid darf sein ständig zugebunden zum Moker Chayusoi. What is Moker Chayusoi? Torah. How could you be zugebunden if you go out to work all day? You're not learning all day. You're learning in the morning or evening. Each one has his own chiyuv al pi aloha. How much he has to learn? Die Chayes in Teuro Mitzvah ist noch da kommen sein die Beolo Shel Teuro. Das ist gekommen die Zeit von Leerdorf. This Chayes that he had when he was learning in yeshiva, or even the Rebbe for sure means that every morning when you get up and you daven and then you learn, and then you go out to the world. So the Rebbe says that beim Bleiben ständig, bis feel, the Rebbe underlined, you have to feel, as there is each zugebunden zu jenem Mann. Das heißt, bei ihm darf nicht sein der Ärger. Could be a Ärger, as hat amol gelernt in a cheder na yeshiva. Yeah, I remember it always. I was in a cheder na yeshiva, when I gedenkt it, now he remembers what hat amol gefühlt und getan. He remembers what he felt then, but now he doesn't feel it. No, it's not good. No, the Rebbe said, what does it have to be? No, he felt each them verbunden mit jenem man. He has to feel, and this is when a person learns Torah in the morning, before he goes out to the world. Then when he goes out to the world, he's doing everything according to Shulchan Aruch. If he works for somebody, he's honest. If he works for himself, he's also honest in selling, in everything. Everything has to be according to Torah. Noch fehlt es dem Verbund mit jenem Mann, bis fehlt, das ist ein Chayus. Now it's his Chayus, und in dem besteht sein Metzies. Das ist all Metzies, kein Chayeni. Und jedoch, the Rebbe doesn't let go. The Rebbe gives also to the people that they are Yeshua. What is with them? Jeder darf die Yeshua wissen. They also have to know. Also es ist nicht genug Limit der Torah allein. Weil mit Seichel allein, was wir sie nehmen, seinen Dostin Nuim, as we learned before, could be a Gibore Kolzen Tal mit Chochem, could be an Adogun. Ist nicht okay Versicherung, was in Seichel is Shinuim, as we learned before. And just to give another example that we learned in Yeshiva, I remember the Mashpia told us that when you come to Bezdin, you come out in Torah, or lovely, you go to a Bis Mishpet. What happens then? Somebody comes and is accused of something. So they start saying what he did, and he's guilty, and is this. And what is the Shoifet? What is the Rov thinking? What is the Seichel telling him? We have to make him guilty, right? So then comes the other side, the what's it called? The defender comes and he speaks, and he says, number one could be that he tells the witness that says that it is this, you were with me in Chutzlor, you weren't even there. How could you say that it happened? So the Seichel changes now, says no, he's not guilty. That's what Seichel is. Seichel could be changed from one to another. So it says, if you just have Talmid Chochem, if you have just this, also ich noch, wenn man geht da raus von der Ola Shel Torah, soll man bleiben zugebunden gewesen. It's impossible, could be. You have to remember when you learn to work on yourself, what to do. After the limit is in a neufung from Vashivoisha Levovecho. When you learn, when you're dato, it should be Vashivoisha Levovecho, the Torah eingekriegt. It becomes engraved in the mention in a neufung from Loishonishi. When in Vospara Matzev soll sich noch gefinnen, wherever he shouldn't be, what kind of work he's doing, whatever he does, bleibt zugebunden zum Moker Mein Chaim. He's always connected to the Moker Mein Chaim. What is that? Torah mitzvahs. Sichos mit Shabbos, Parshas Shoiftim Ametes. The Rebbe would verbring the Moshe Shabbos because the doctors didn't let it get verbring on Shabbos. And Shabbos Parshas Mishalach Tovshin Mem.